people send me booking photos. Cop friends of mine send me booking photos all the time of clearly African-American males, and they're classified as white when they're booked. And so that all goes into the data. So the violent crime rates for white people is vastly overestimated.
What up, guys? Welcome to my reaction series. As you know, I have been bringing on different guests to react to different topical reactions. And today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Branca. Welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here, Pearl. Always happy to be here.
Did you change your channel name? It's not Law of Self-Defense anymore.
We're still doing Law of Self-Defense. Law of Self-Defense. Learn how to be hard to convict at lawofselfdefense.com. I still do that, but like a Jamaican cab driver, I started a second business. So now we do the Branca Show on YouTube for political and legal commentary. I even got a mug for that too. Look at that.
Oh, cool.
You got always be grifting.
I know. I just got a t-shirt machine, so I got to figure out what I'm putting on my t-shirts. Okay, so today we're talking about black fatigue. So how familiar are you with black fatigue? Have you seen it online or in real life?
I'm pretty damn tired. I'm pretty tired. Yeah, I think your audience is going to be shocked by some of the reality out there, because we're propagandized to believe that, of course, all bad things in the world are the responsibility of white people. It's just not true, especially crime, especially violent crime.
Yeah, and I was telling you before, I couldn't believe how high the stats were for black crime. And I remembered you saying that it's actually worse than the books say.
Right.
Like you were saying that a third of black men have a felony conviction.
Right.
And then I think I saw that 6 in 10 are arrested by the age of 25. How could it be worse than that?
No, it's even worse. As I mentioned, people send me booking photos. Cop friends of mine send me booking photos all the time of clearly African-American males, and they're classified as white when they're booked. And so that all goes into the data. So the violent crime rates for white people is vastly overestimated. They do it other ways too. Like they don't have classifications often for, say, Middle Eastern or North African or Indian. So if you're Middle Eastern or Indian and you commit a violent crime in America, they'll label you as white.
No way.
These are not the same demographics, my friends. These are different cultures.
And why would the police do that? Because is the stats, like, is it logged by the police? Like, what would be their incentive to lie?
Well, of course, the guy actually doing the booking, who's recording the data, he's just doing what he's told. His bosses are, and any police officer, once you get to the level of like captain in a police department, you're not really a cop anymore. You're a politician at that point. So your career is dependent on what the politicians want.
And you can't
politicians want to say, hey, black crime is down. Well, all they have to do is take a bunch of black criminals and label them as white. Right? It's the same way they don't record so they'll also diminish a lot of crime. So a black guy comes in, he committed an attempted murder. He shot someone, and they'll downgrade it to aggravated assault, which is still a serious crime, but it's much less than it. And then they'll say, oh, look, the attempted murders are down.
I want to do a live debate and a meet and greet in your city. The problem is I don't have any of your contact information, nor do I know what city you guys are in. So make sure you fill out the form in the description. Just click, it's a Google form, the link's in the description, so we can contact you when we have an event in your city. Thanks, guys. Do you have any idea what it actually is?
What actually is? Like,
what do you think the rates actually are? Do you have any idea, if you had to guess?
Oh, it's just horrific. I can tell you that if we took okay, here's some examples. Black men commit violent crime at 20 times the rate of white men. That's with the bad data. So imagine if we clean up the data, what the numbers would actually be. Black women commit homicide at twice the rate of white men.
No way.
Yep.
Do you know what? I went on this show.
Those bitches are dangerous, man.
Yeah,
be careful.
No, I got in trouble recently because I went on a panel show and this girl was like, oh, she was saying I was jealous because the black women are stealing the white men, apparently. And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, and then I told her, I'm like, half of you guys have herpes. We're not really worried.
That's true.
And that's on top of the obesity rate. And they got really mad at me. And I went on this other show and one of the guys was like, saying that it was bad that I didn't know the white crime stats off the top of my head. And I'm like, I have eyes. Like I walk outside, the cracked out guys are the black guys.
If we take the black violent crime out of U.S. crime statistics, America has the same violent crime rate as Switzerland.
No way.
It's almost entirely black male violent crime.
Wow. Do you think it's...
By the way, I mean, we all know this anyway, right? Do you really need the data?
No,
I mean,
you don't.
The entire American real estate market can be explained simply by every law-abiding person working desperately to get as far away from that demographic.
I know, a black person stole my camera. And then they're like, I had a camera once, hired a black person, now I don't have a camera. And it wasn't like I went to the cops or anything because I couldn't prove it, but it was just like it happened to disappear the same week that this person got fired. So it was, do you know what I mean? It's like, what am I going to do? So I think it's actually probably even worse. When I was at England, like I would see black people just robbing the co-op next door. They would just walk out with stuff. And it's like a bait. And that's in the UK. It's the same there.
It's, you know, I honestly think I increasingly have come to believe that all these behaviors and social dysfunctions, they really all just come back to IQ. IQ. I think if you want a first world culture, you need people of a certain minimal IQ, people who can understand things like per capita, could understand how you might feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning, whose minds can understand things like the golden rule. You treat other people nice because that's the way you'd like to be treated yourself. And I think once you fall below a certain threshold IQ, you just can't do those things.
No,
Your brain doesn't work that way. Just like they can't make change, they can't speak grammatical English. They half are, you know, we have dozens. Well, you would know in the Chicago area, is in the tens of thousands of dollars a year, 40, 50 grand a year per student.
I know.
And there's not a single student in the school who can read at grade level. It's unbelievable.
I know. And it was, I remember I looked it up in high school and whatever my tuition was, Chicago had double and they had way worse test scores than me. So that was kind of how it was.
And I don't think that's fixable because you can't change people's IQ. IQ is almost entirely genetic. And when you look around the world at, you know, first world countries, second world countries, third world countries, and you see what the lives they've built for themselves at those various levels, it all correlates with IQ. And by extension, it tends to correlate with race because IQ and people and race tend to be geographically distributed around the world.
Yeah, no. Okay, so now we're gonna watch some videos. Wait, actually, one more thing. You know what I noticed when I lived in a black area? White people are taught, or maybe it's just our culture. I never appreciated this till I didn't have it. We automatically have good faith. Like that's our automatic. We're taught things like they didn't mean it like that. Oh, yeah, he's just having a bad day. If someone interrupts you, you don't crash out. You just say, oh, I'm sorry, you go. But when I lived in a black area, it was like, it's like they just want to be upset about that. Like, I couldn't believe the stuff they would fight over, like the disrespect, which at times I think that's taken advantage of by people. Like I think white men in particular, because they're so good natured at times it's taken advantage of. But I'd far rather live in a society that sometimes when you're too nice, you're taken advantage of rather than fighting over disrespect all the time. I'm like, I can't live like this.
Yeah. I mean, it's much the same issue as, I mean, you see men being simps with women, right? Women can hit them, women can curse them out in public and the guys just sit there and take it. Especially the last few decades, men have been conditioned to become very feminized and very placid and have no boundaries. And that just gets taken advantage of it. And the black community does this kind of thing because it works.
Yeah. All right. Let's watch some of the videos and give our commentary. All right, here we got this.
Now for
do you know who's got the most black fatigue? Black people that aren't like this. Well, I have never, because they have to grow up around it. I've never met more fatigued people. Like I had someone call into my show that was a landlord. He was a black landlord and he rented to mostly black people. And he was like, he was more fatigued than me.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's fair to point out, of course, that when we're talking about populations generally. We're talking about people generally. We're not talking about individuals, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, there's people in the Black community who are geniuses. Thomas Sowell, the economist, is a genius. Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court is a genius. They're African-American men. They're geniuses. They're far smarter than I'll ever be. But of course, we're not really talking about individuals. We're talking about the populations generally. And when you're talking about large numbers of people, you have to expect you're going to get pretty much the average of how those people behave, not the exceptional cases.
Yeah.
A warning now for our audience. This next video is hard to watch. It may be unsuitable for sensitive viewers. You may remember this video from 2023 showing a brutal attack on a senior citizen with dementia. Today, one of the attackers, Travion Lockridge, was sentenced to 15 years in prison for aggravated robbery. KPRC2 News reporter Jaewon Jung spoke with the victim's family. She joins us live now from downtown.
Like, I feel like when white people rob, like when we have our Wolf of Wall Streets, they at least have the audacity to go after rich people.
Yeah.
You know, they at least our criminals have basic decorum.
Can we at least pass the rule that they have to have their name on their shirt somewhere? Like you see Travion and you know to go for your gun right away.
Yeah.
With how they're feeling about today's sentence.
Like dementia? What the?
Jaewon.
Good evening, Keith. Well, the family tells me they're glad there was a measure of justice. Today, several of them testified in front of a judge here at the Harris County Courthouse, telling the judge that their lives were forever changed by this brutal attack. And we do want to warn you, we're about to show you some of the video of this attack, and it might be disturbing to watch. Even nearly 2 years later, this video is hard to watch. It shows the violent attack in a parking lot off Shepherd near Tidwell. The victim is Florentino Hurtado, a 69-year-old man with dementia.
How could you do that to an old man?
Delilah Brown is Hurtado's granddaughter. She tells me the injuries from that day worsened his dementia.
Before the beating, he was able to recall people's faces, his granddaughters, his great-grandchildren, but now there's no recollection.
On the day
So
of
they
the
killed
attack,
him.
Hurtado...
Yeah, essentially.
They killed him.
Yeah.
I believe when there's a fight like this and someone suffers a traumatic brain injury, that should be treated as a murder. Because if you've ever met someone, you knew them before they had a head injury, you knew them afterwards, they're not the same person anymore.
No, they're not.
Whoever they were before, that person's dead. They're gone. And now there's a different person there.
Yeah, I've never met someone that got into a fight, but I had someone with a brain tumor, and it was like within 6 months of the tumor, he was gone. Yeah, they're not.
had been at the meat market with his wife when he got lost and tried to open the wrong car door.
They were under the impression he was trying to break in the car.
Perry Bass represents the...
You see what I mean? It's the bad faith. It's like, you know...
So if he's trying to break into the car, why do they have him? He's on his knees and they're still punching him in the head.
Okay, they're probably just lying. Oh my God.
Suspect Travion Lockridge, who was
Oh my God. He's so fat too.
Today. Could the defendant have been more compassionate in this situation?
Well, yeah, it was several mistakes there.
Bass tells me Lockridge is sorry, but Delilah doesn't buy it.
There's no accountability, no remorse.
Just to anybody watching this and they see an elderly person who is confused out on the street, what would be your message to them?
Show some love and some compassion. That's someone's father, that's someone's grandfather, that's someone's husband, brother, sister. So I would just show some compassion.
Yeah, and they tell me compassion is something that goes a long way. Now, there was another suspect in this attack. That man is currently serving prison time for another crime.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. So many times this will happen, and it's like, why wasn't this person locked up a billion years ago?
Yeah, if we put people in prison forever after their third violent felony, 90% of violent crime would be eliminated.
Really?
Yep. Because it's almost all repeat offenders. So you stop the repeat offenders, all the crime goes away.
Oh, here's a mother shoots her own daughter. Women hate each other.
Tonight surrounding a tragic story in Winter Haven. A mother under arrest for allegedly shooting and killing her own daughter, all while the victim was holding a baby. Ryan Raish following this story all day and has the very latest.
I don't believe for a minute that she wanted to kill her daughter.
Friends of the family simply don't believe it. A young, caring mother of 4 is dead.
Is that hair cultural appropriation?
Whoa.
Those golden lines.
She
Yeah.
would never do anything to Ruby. Ruby was her everything.
Police say shortly before 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but love is close to hate. I mean, I've seen a couple, I watch like true crime sometime, as white women do. And like, I've seen a couple cases where like the mother and daughter were inseparable, but then, you know, they crash out one day. And the case I'm thinking of, the daughter killed the mom, but regardless.
Well, especially in today's world, right, where half these women have dumped their men and now they're in the dating marketplace, effectively competing against their daughter.
Yeah.
Right. All these women, they get divorced 40, 45 years old. They go back in the dating circuit. They're competing against the 20-year younger version of themselves. They probably have a daughter that age. That's competition.
Yeah.
What if they bring a dude home? They meet somebody, they bring him home. Oh, here's my hot 20-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ruby Bing stopped by to visit her mom, Adele Bing, at her Winter Haven apartment. She walked up to the door carrying her 4-month-old baby girl. She knocked, and police say Adele opened the door and immediately shot her once in the chest. The baby was not hurt. What Ruby did not know is that her mom just got into a serious fight with her boyfriend and kicked him out.
She did make statements that she thought there was a boyfriend coming back and that he was going to harm her.
Paramedics worked to revive Ruby on her daughter's doorstep. Neighbor Sally Newcomb watched as police told Adele her daughter was dead.
Oh, she screamed. She dropped to the ground and screamed.
Police arrested Adele on charges of second-degree murder and child abuse. Former neighbor and friend.
Do you think she really thought it was the boyfriend?
And so what if it was the boyfriend? She opened up the door. She would have shot the boyfriend dead. I mean, it's still a murder.
Yeah, I was just
right. The boyfriend didn't break into the house, right? That's not why the shot was fired.
No, I'm just wondering if you buy the story or not.
No, I don't believe anybody. I've done criminal defense too long. I don't believe anybody. They're all lying. I've worked a lot of cases where I would not even ask the defendant what their story was. I don't want to know their story. I don't want them to talk to me because I know they're just going to lie. I only care about what the evidence is in the case.
Yeah.
Just saw Ruby at the park a few days ago with her kids.
I'm
There's like peepholes too. Yeah, I don't.
very upset for them because she was a nice girl and I never saw her fight with her mother or anything like that.
While
I wonder if the daughter was dropping off the baby so she could go partying.
Yeah, maybe.
Friends are convinced this was a tragic accident.
I feel bad what's happened. I mean, Ruby was a good kid, and I'm sure Adele did not mean to do any of this.
I also trust. Was your experience in court that female witnesses lie more than male witnesses?
It's hard to say. Everyone is lying. Anyone who has any stake in the outcome, they're lying. You know, if it's just an innocent bystander describing what happened, they're probably telling the truth. But if they have a stake in the outcome, they're lying. You got to work really hard with a lot of clients. If you know you're going to put them on the witness stand, you got to tell them over and over again, you can't lie. You can't, because if you get caught lying, it's going to be a bad day for you. But they can't help themselves. They all they do all their lives is lie about stuff. And so they always get away with it.
What makes a witness lie? Like they know one of the people? Is that why?
Yeah, they're friends or their relations or their enemies, or they have some kind of stake in it. So you can imagine a lot of these acts of violence occur in group settings, right? So there are people who are friends, or people who are enemies, or people who are ex-boyfriends or girlfriends or family members, and they all have a reason to lie, or they think they do. They'll invent a reason to lie if they don't actually have one.
Yeah, because especially nowadays, like people just aren't connected enough, so it's kind of easy to get away with being a liar.
So like talk about real crime dramas you watch, right? So people they'll engage in mind reading and conspiracy theories, or what do you think the real reason is the person did this thing? Well, people do that in real life too. So a shooting happens and the trial's not for months later, and during all those months, people are talking with each other and gossiping and imagining what people may have been thinking or wanting to do, and engaging in mind reading. And over a course of months, all of that becomes reality to them. They're incapable of distinguishing between what they've imagined happened and what actually happened.
And the true crime, I mean, I just listened to like a podcast. It's called like Murder with My Husband, and they just talk about these stories. And I've noticed that it's usually just the most likely person that would have done it. Like it's like the ex-boyfriend or the ex-girlfriend. Like it's usually not really that complicated where it's like a random person. Like it's usually it's usually either someone they shouldn't have been involved with, or like an ex or like a relative that didn't like them or something.
Yeah, so most people don't know this because the murder trials that the public sees are the high profile ones that might go on for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Most murder trials are 1 day. That's it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 2 days.
So it's like
including jury selection. Like the jury selected, the first half of the morning, you do the trial, by mid-afternoon, it's all over. You got a guilty verdict.
So it's usually kind of a cut and dry case.
Yeah, it's obvious what happened.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, I think I've seen this clip before.
Video captured the incredible moment a Tampa woman fought off an attacker at her apartment complex's gym.
As if I keep going, if I keep pushing, I keep fighting, he's going to stop. He's going to let go, and he finally did.
24-year-old Nishali Alma, a personal trainer, told Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies she was exercising alone around 10 p.m. on January 22nd when she saw a man she'd previously seen at the gym trying to get in.
Whenever he was at the door, I buzzed him in and he came inside. My thought process was, like you said, like it was just another dude coming in to work out.
But after 25-year-old Xavier Thomas Jones entered, this happened.
She let in a guy with, does he have a ski mask on?
No, I think it's just a beard.
Oh, okay.
Happened instead.
Next thing you know,
I wouldn't let that guy in. And I carry a gun.
My workout, and I grab my phone, and he just approaches me, and not a single word was exchanged. As soon as he was approaching me, I pushed him. I said, "Bro, what the F are you doing?" I said, "Get away from me." And he kept trying to come towards me and kept reapproaching me.
Video shows Thomas Jones chasing her around the gym before grabbing Alma and pinning her down.
In my mind, I knew I was stronger than him, and I knew I could fight back.
The seasoned weightlifter seen here holding her attacker in a chokehold while trying to call 911 before throwing more punches, leading Thomas Jones to release his grip.
Oh, that's so embarrassing as a man.
Oh, she got very lucky. I mean, normally what happens, of course, is she gets killed and then you never hear about it. It's not a news story.
Really?
Yep.
What do you think he would have done it like there, or he would have just grabbed her and like taken her? Do they usually?
I mean, if there's a place he could have pulled her to get her out of sight of the door, he probably would have done that. But normally what happens in these cases, I hate to say it, ladies, but however strong you think you are, the dude who's 50 pounds heavier than you is stronger and has more endurance. And you just get exhausted. They just wear you out. They don't give up like this guy. They just keep going and going until you have zero energy left. And then you're helpless.
Yeah. I mean, because I've played basketball for 20 years. I know it's not like the same, but I mean, I get beat by guys that have played for like a year, and I played for 20, and they're not athletic and they win just because they're stronger.
Self-defense expert Patrick Lockton at New York City's Krav Maga Institute says Alma's quick thinking under pressure was key.
I don't know, because at the same time, it probably wasn't quick thinking to let him in. Sorry. I don't mean to dog on her, but like, okay.
Back. And the most important thing, she didn't freeze. She didn't fall into that trap.
Alma immediately ran outside, escaping to a nearby apartment. Now she's sharing her story and encouraging other women with similar experiences to do the same.
Of course, it ends with a selfie. I almost got murdered, but make sure you get my selfie in there.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Like, not pictured the murder.
There's no other person should have to feel like this. No other person should have to go through a situation like this.
Experts say avoiding an incident like this starts
That's just crazy because it's like an apartment gym. Like,
but you want to hear something funny? If guys like me say, you know what, men like that should be executed, they should be removed from the gene pool, guess who comes to that guy's defense?
Women.
Women exactly like her. They will send that dude love letters in prison.
I know. Like Kim Kardashian. Like, she did this whole exoneration project. I'm like, I don't know if we need Kim Kardashian and she exonerating men. I don't know.
Being aware of your surroundings and moving quickly if you're in danger.
Getting in the way, creating obstacles, creating an opportunity, a space between you and your attacker.
Yeah, because she did get really lucky, because I still think he could have overpowered her. He kind of looks lazy in this.
He gave up. He just gave up. That's all that happened, which is good. And by the way, everything she's doing here is what she should be doing. It's all It's all great. She's putting obstacles between him and her. But at the end of the day, he got her on the ground. And you're not escaping from that position unless you're an expert in jiu-jitsu or that guy just doesn't want to follow through.
So I'd be going straight for vulnerable. So again, just the eyes, hitting him in the nose with a phone, strike him in the throat, because everybody, it's soft tissue there, it's soft tissue in your eyes as well, and it's going to hurt everybody no matter how strong you are.
Authorities were able to track down Thomas Jones and arrested him the next day.
They knew who he
pled
was.
not guilty to charges of sexual battery, false imprisonment, and kidnapping, and will appear in court next month. An attorney for Thomas Jones did not respond to NBC's request for comment.
The day he was arrested.
How would you defend this as an attorney?
A plea. Listen, I guarantee you, this is not this guy's first violent crime.
Yeah.
This is not the first bad thing he's ever done, try to rape and murder a woman in the gym. This is something he's done dozens of times before. He's been caught at least 25% of those times. The police saw this guy's picture and they knew who he was, and they just went and picked him up. He would have been a known character to local law enforcement because this is what he does.
Yeah.
And the day they caught him, I saw the whole thing go down. It was a relief.
Priscilla Thompson, NBC News.
It's like the guy who killed the Ukrainian woman on the train in North Carolina, right? He had 14 prior felony convictions. I mean, everybody knew who he was. It's not like one day he was perfectly law-abiding, productive member of society, and one day he just decided to stab a woman in the neck. These are monsters. We have demons living amongst us because we let them live amongst us. And that's the choice we make as a matter of public policy. If we're not willing to lock these people in a prison, we're effectively all living in an open air prison with these people.
Yeah, that's crazy that they all, like, how many prior arrests that they had. Okay, let's see what this one is.
Police are racing to identify the people responsible for the violence in our city this past Labor Day weekend.
Friday through Monday, 22 people were shot, 5 people killed, and there were 4 triple shootings.
Man, she's kind of scary looking.
A triple shooting.
Has the latest on the progress by police. Mallory, any new arrest?
Yes, today they arrested another person in the triple shooting on East Monument Street on Monday. Tanisha Johnson was charged for her involvement in the shooting that killed 1 man and injured 2 women, including a pregnant woman. She's the second person arrested in this case. Marion Daughton was...
Why are you laughing?
Just look at the names.
Oh my God.
Tonyasha. That's why I say they should put their names on their shirts. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know.
Would you? Fellas in the chat, would you on the left? I know there's at least 1 would in there.
Was charged yesterday. Police believe Daughton was the trigger puller and Johnson supplied the weapon.
Tanisha Johnson actually handed the gun that was used to shoot 3 people. She handed that gun to Marion Daughton, so she is being charged with the very same crimes for her involvement in this egregious act.
They've closed this case, but there's 3 other triple shootings still unsolved. Today, police canvassed the 900 block of McClear Court in Latrobe Homes.
Heard about the shooting that happened this past weekend?
Looking for the person who shot a 4-year-old, 6-year-old, and 61-year-old woman confined to a wheelchair.
They shot a 65-year-old woman confined to a wheelchair.
I can't. A 6-year-old, a 4. That's like the worst possible crimes. Like, I can't think of anyone more savage to kill, because, like, if you kill a baby, it probably doesn't really know what's going on. But like a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, they're gonna know what's going on. They're kids. They haven't done anything yet. And an old woman confined to a wheelchair. What the fuck? Oh,
and you wouldn't believe how many times the killer is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old.
No way.
Yep, absolutely. We just had a story in the news recently. A teacher just won a lawsuit because she was shot by a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old shot her, was mad at her, and got a gun from someplace and shot her with it.
What are these? birth control isn't. I know the religious right is very anti-birth control, but it's not always a bad thing, you know.
It should be in the water supply.
Yeah, that's probably the government being like, we gotta stop this.
Surveillance video of the suspect leaving the gathering, then returning, firing, and running away.
Technology has done its part here, and now the community needs to do its part.
I'm sure the community will do its part.
We are with the triple on East Monument Street. Without the community,
What do people snitch?
No,
no, they don't. They won't say. Is it because they're afraid they'll come after them too?
Yeah, I mean, but not just the person you snitch on. The whole community will turn on you, and they're stuck living in this community.
Yeah,
right. They're not moving to the suburbs. This is where they live. This is a government provided housing, government provided everything, food, education, healthcare, everything. This is where they're stuck. So they can't be living amongst a bunch of enemies.
Yeah.
Helping us develop those criminal
And what if
charges.
they snitched? What would happen? It's not like the person gets sent to prison for 15 years.
Oh yeah, they'll be out.
They cut a deal and they're right back out. So what are you saving by snitching?
What about for murder cases? How often do they actually get out?
A lot.
Really?
Yep.
I always thought if you murdered someone, you get life in prison.
No, because first of all, as a law of self-defense attorney, the first thing that the person's lawyer is going to say is, well, no, this was not murder, it was self-defense.
Oh, okay.
And now the state has to disprove self-defense beyond a reasonable doubt, and now it becomes to get a complicated case. It becomes a lot of work, and they have a lot of easy cases. They have a lot of drug possession cases, a lot of automatic conviction cases that they can get wins on. If the case begins to look complicated, they start cutting deals.
Got it. Okay.
In some jurisdictions like Washington, D.C., it used to be in the old days, we'd say, well, they try to minimize the crime stats by lowering the severity of the crime that was committed, like I talked about. But we always used to say, well, at least they can't do that with murder, right? If you murder someone, there's a body, right? You got to account for the body. In Washington, D.C., they were cooking the murder statistics by calling some of those murders accidents, as if the person had fallen down a flight of stairs.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
And then they'd say, look, the murder rate's down.
Yeah, that's why I always say, my first, I always hear that the crime rates are down, and I'm like, that's just not what I see. I never thought in my lifetime I would see people rob stores. When I was a kid, that was unheard of. And I've seen so many people shoplift in the past 5 years.
We have a lot of bank robberies. They don't bother reporting on them, because the people don't get away with a lot of money, but because they're stupid. But yeah, we have a lot of bank robberies in this country. And you'd think that never happened, but it happens a lot.
Police have only received tips in one of the 4 triple shootings that happened over the
weekend.
weekend.
Oh, you're right.
And that's the one they solved. So now they're providing the security camera footage, hoping that someone comes forward with any information. You can call, tweet, text, email Baltimore police, and report anything anonymously to Metro Crime Stop.
Yeah, but no one's going to do that. Okay. Let's see this one.
You got 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break the door.
I swear to God, I'll break your nose. That's a little kid saying that.
Oh my
to
God.
the store employees.
10. Open this fucking door. I'll call my mom.
I can't even.
Mama, bitch, I been knew how to count out.
Bitch.
Look, and a lot of times black people, when white people talk about this, they're like, oh, but white crime. I'm like, I've never seen a white kid do this. I grew up in an all white area.
It's not that white people don't commit crime, of course, but it's per capita. They have to understand the concept of per capita. 70% of violent crime in America is committed by the less than 5% of the population that is young black males. It's crazy.
Yeah, and at this age, they already know this. This is.
Dad, do that. You can open the door. Open the door. I'm gonna open up the door because I'm not. All I fucking know is y'all gonna open it. I'm not playing.
By the way, this is very dangerous. These kids could have a gun.
Open up this.
These kids could shoot you.
Yeah, that's true. Don't they get like the thing that kids get too, don't they? What's it called?
Sure, they'd go to juvenile court instead of adult court, right? And when you're young below a certain age, the law often just says you can't be held criminally liable no matter what.
Yeah, because don't they say that for, like, don't gangs have kids commit crimes because they know they'll get I saw this case where do you remember that case in Wisconsin where the two friends tried to murder the girl in the woods? I don't know if you saw it. It was a few years ago, but it was a big, because I used to work in the same area, but like these two like 13-year-old girls had a best friend in their friend group and they lured her out to the woods, stabbed her like 90 times. It was something crazy. Somehow she lived, but they got juvie. They weren't tried as adults. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to live next to a girl that did that. I don't care how young she was.
And a lot of times, no matter what they did, even if they killed someone, the sentence automatically ends at 21.
That's wow. Yeah, because I think she was just put into like some other sort of detention center and then she got out. I'm like, I am not going to Waukesha right now.
They put her up for adoption.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't go rewrite this bitch.
Wow.
I'm finna break some up in this bitch. I'm God. You are gonna be young. I would like that for a with y'all.
Imagine being a white kid in the same school these kids go to.
I just can't even, because when I was a kid, I was so afraid of like not following the rules. So I just can't even imagine this being an environment for a child. Or like, what did you have to go through as a kid to be this disrespectful? Because I don't know, most kids, even when I coach volleyball and stuff, they're pretty coachable. They're like excited to learn. They want to listen. Maybe I'll change my mind when I actually have kids, but like my experience with kids is they're like kind of sponges. So I'm like, what are the parents doing that this is their demeanor, you know?
Well, the kids are sponges. These kids were sponges too. This is what they sponged up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You do not like that, but you can't open the door. Do not play with it. Open the door, I'll trash it. You can open it. I will trash this off. I'm closed. All right, we're sorry. Sorry, open it. Open it.
He's wearing slippers. He's wearing slippers. He's calling her a bitch.
Someone lost their hair from black fatigue. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta turn on the sound.
Oh, it's got to be the wig thing.
Hey.
She stole.
Come on now. What are you doing? What are you doing? You went off. Hey, give me the bag.
There's like no regard for, like, I don't know, when white people steal, we're just not so, it's almost like respectful crimes. Like when we get caught, we're like, okay, here you go. But I'm like, it's just crazy how black people will be caught red-handed and they'll just double down. Like you're caught, give him the bag, you know. Or maybe, am I wrong? You're the defense attorney.
No, you're right. I was just going to say, white girls do the same thing when they're caught doing something bad, right? They don't say, "Oh, you got me," right?
Yeah, that's true.
They flip it right around on the dude. You catch a white girl cheating on you, they flip it right around. It's your fault it happened.
So true. That's so true. Do you know what? But white women, it's like a little bit, I always say white women are the best manipulators. Black women show their aggression up front. They're not hiding shit. White women like subtly manipulate you over time. So I don't know how that translates to crime, but when I was in high school, the women that did shoplift were always from rich families and they didn't do it for money. It was for the thrill. It was always women. It wasn't men.
They steal lipstick, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that many people that did it. But there was a couple girls at my club where they would like talk about like stealing. And I was just thinking everyone here's parents are rich, because I don't know if you know anything about club volleyball, but it's expensive. You are not doing that unless you have money. So I think
it's a different type of stealing too. So,
yeah.
I mean, of course, when I was a kid, I'd have friends who would shoplift little items like that. But generally, as you say, they're doing it for the thrill. And they're not doing it for resale.
No.
They're not stealing stuff in volume to sell it back in the hood. This woman is stealing a bunch of hair extensions and wigs to sell them. That's why they ravage these Walgreens and CVS's and clear off whole shelves. That's why they'll fill up shopping carts full of laundry detergent and just roll it out to their car past the registers, because they're going to sell all that stuff.
Damn. All right, let's see the next.
Got to get that weed money.
Yeah, my God. Okay. I have a question. Is there any crime stat that white people do more per capita? Because the ones I hear are sexual abuse and school shootings. For some reason, I still feel like that's wrong. I still feel like that's manipulated, but I could be wrong. So I don't know if you know anything.
I mean, it's very difficult to get good statistics because the raw numbers are so low. In terms of like child sexual crimes, I would just tell you, look in the Black community and look at all the 14-year-old girls who are pregnant. They're not getting knocked up by 15-year-old dudes. They're getting knocked up by grown-ass adults.
Yeah.
That's what's happening there. That's obviously sexual abuse. In terms of crimes like mass shootings, they really like to manipulate those statistics. They'll define what is a mass shooting in such a way that only the white people qualify. But there are shootings at schools every weekend in places like Chicago that are mass shootings by young Black men. But they're gang activity. And they just choose to define those differently so it doesn't qualify as a mass shooting event.
Yeah, that was my gut feeling on it, because I was just like, I don't think that's that big of an issue. I mean, it kind of is now. It's like more so than when I was a kid, but it just seems like if you were going to school on the south side of Chicago, you'd be more worried than like at a white school, to me.
Our John Atwater is live at the Basket in West Bridgewater, where all of this went down, John.
Well, Maria, police say that those women walked out of the store here with lobster and steak, but they didn't get far. Officers arrested them out here in the parking lot.
Go big or go home.
Cell phone video shows two women berating and attacking workers Sunday evening as stunned shoppers stare in disbelief.
That's crazy. Oh, no.
Others watching the combative confrontation can't understand it.
I'm speechless because doesn't matter the reason, is not supposed to act like that.
Investigators say the women deliberately...
For so many years, Black people gaslit white people, and they're like, oh, it's just racism. But now they just can't even deny it anymore, because we have video. We're like, check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
The racism doesn't work anymore. And one of the dumbest things the Black Lives Matter movement ever did was demand body-worn cameras on police officers. Because I have thousands of hours of body-worn camera footage of just Black people acting badly at just typically routine traffic stops. You ran a red light, you were going a little bit too fast, your registration is expired. Oh my God, it turns into a shooting. It's unbelievable.
No, I've seen a couple, because I've done those kind of reactions, and the officer wasn't even going to arrest them. Like, the officer gave them so many warnings, and he's just like, please don't do this. Please don't, like, talking to them like they're kids. And they're like, well, I guess you're getting arrested today, ma'am.
It's amazing how often the BMI is like in the triple digits, right? I mean, I would argue we should base sentencing on BMI. That would be a rational way to sentence people for crimes.
Yeah, and they learn how to run so fast.
I always laugh. I say, look, it's America's starving oppressed.
Oh my God.
Slipped higher-priced food like lobster, ribeye steaks, and truffle butter in blue bags while they were checking out. And police say when workers confronted them about not paying for the items, the women started attacking them and yelling racial slurs.
People are shoplifting. They're getting beat up for trying to stop the people. That's not fair to them. I mean, it's really messed up.
Police arrested Olivia and Regine.
That's what the Groypers always say, the physiognomy never lies or something.
Look how close the eyes are together. It's so creepy.
Actually, do you find that criminals are uglier than normal people? Have you seen a correlation? Because that's kind of an internet thing.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I think it goes along with low IQ, with the kind of inbreeding that leads to low IQ. I think all these things are genetically related, right? So they're not independent factors from each other. The woman on the right looks like a flounder.
Bird in the parking lot. The sisters are now facing
That market basket.
charges, including assault and battery. Other shoppers say they have sympathy for the workers who are dedicated to their jobs.
I just see them work hard over here.
They went and assaulted people in a store in public. That's not all right.
Well, those workers, thankfully, they were not seriously hurt, and those two sisters were released from custody as the case against them moves forward. We're live in West Bridgewater tonight, John.
This is why Whole Foods exists. So white people have a grocery store they can go to where this shit is less likely to happen.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Black people go into white people's spaces and then cry racism. And it's like, why are you here? Go back to your areas. You don't got to be here. All right.
Invasion at an Airbnb rental turned into a shootout in Osceola County that happened earlier this month in the Champions Gate area of Davenport. The sheriff says 5 people are now behind bars. As West 2's Justin Shecker found out, deputies are increasing their presence in the popular tourist area.
An old Wild Wild West shootout inside the house. And miraculously, nobody was shot. Nobody was injured. A lot of damage to the house.
These photos of bullet holes in the walls show the aftermath of an armed home invasion.
Wow.
That turned into a shootout on November 5th. And
what percent of home invasions end in like a death or something? Is that common?
It's not common because normally the home invaders just overwhelm the people in the house. A lot of times they know who they're invading. A lot of these are drug-related events. So if you're a drug dealer, you have a very high risk of being the victim of a home invasion, for example, because they know you have drugs and money, and they like both of those things.
Oh my gosh, that just happened to someone I know. They died not because they were, this person was always addicted to drugs, and he wasn't involved, but he was in the wrong house.
Right.
And they were trying to kill the friend. They thought it was him. And so then he ended up getting killed.
Yep.
So
yep. As a young man, I found myself in a situation like that. A buddy asked me to go with him to run an errand in New York City. And we go to this apartment in Queens, and I walk into the apartment, and immediately I'm like, holy crap, this is a drug dealer's apartment. I said, I'll wait for you at the curb, man. I'm not hanging out here. Bad things happen here.
Yeah. No, seriously, because this guy was like, when it first happened, we thought maybe he was involved, but it ended up that he wasn't. It was just like wrong place, wrong time.
Well, but not random, right? I mean, if you put yourself in places that have a high probability for violence.
No, like, no, we weren't like shocked it happened. Like, we weren't like shocked. It was kind of sad because I think he was like trying to get better. Apparently he was like reconciling with his wife or whatever, but
yeah, don't ever do that either.
Do you know what? This might have been one of the few divorce cases that I understood, because when people get on drugs, it's very difficult to deal with.
No, drugs are, yeah. So it's almost like a traumatic brain injury. When someone goes on drugs, whoever the person they were before they were on drugs, they're not that person anymore.
Yeah.
And often if it's bad, the drugs literally take over. So you're not communicating with your daughter or your son or your friend or whoever may have been in the past. You're communicating with fentanyl, or you're communicating with meth. That's what's actually there now.
Yeah. I found too, I knew someone, I had a different, like, kind of extended relative that was addicted to heroin, and he died when he was 40. But he was like the last of all of his friends. Like, he was kind of old, I guess, for a heroin addict.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it ends well. The one though, I've noticed a lot of people do coke and are seemingly okay. You're older than me.
Yeah.
So how does that usually play out? Do they die?
When I was a young man in the 80s.
And you're in law, so don't like a bunch of lawyers do coke? Isn't that a thing?
Oh, yeah. Alcohol and drug abuse is almost as high with lawyers as it is with police officers. It's off the rails. The single most common way that lawyers get suspended from the practice of law is alcohol and drug abuse, because they start, dropping important things in their practice, and they end up getting called out for that. When I was a young man in the 80s, coke was everywhere. It was this is New York City. It was everywhere. Everywhere. It was almost impossible not to be associated with it. And I've heard it rumored that coke is a hell of a drug. It was, I'll say this, coke is the one drug that I tried that after I tried it, I said, I'm never doing this again, because it was very seductive. It was very seductive. You feel like you're Superman. You don't feel intoxicated. You're not slurring. You're not disoriented. You just feel like you are the coolest alpha stud in the room. It's amazing.
Does it kill people usually? Or, I mean, because I've never seen someone over a long period be addicted to coke, so I don't really know how it plays out.
Yeah, most people run out of money or go to jail. But if you do it, if you have enough money to afford it, you do it long enough, it does cause a lot of cardiovascular damage. So it destroys your heart. It destroys the cardiovascular system in your body. It'll destroy your nose.
So they die of like heart attacks?
Well, a lot of people, of course, progress to other drugs.
Oh.
So, you start with coke and you end up doing meth, or you end up doing heroin, and that's ultimately what kills you.
Oh, okay. Because I think people speculated that's why Kevin Samuels died. He was doing coke. I don't know if he was or he wasn't, but that was a story that was on the internet.
Well, I mean, the trouble today, of course, is that every illicit drug on the marketplace is cut with fentanyl.
Yeah.
Because it adds a bang effect to the drug, and it's relatively inexpensive. So it's a good thing to cut the drugs with to, increase the volume. And you have no idea. It's not, you're not buying the stuff from a pharmaceutical company, right? You're buying it from some dude who cut it in his mom's basement down the street. And he puts in a milligram too much of fentanyl, and he'll kill everybody on the block.
Yeah, I've never done coke, but I've seen people do it, and it seems to be. One was actually it was a dude who owned like car washes. So it was like, I don't know. And then the other ones were like guys I went to school with, went into finance, and then they came back with coke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was like
it helps to have money. And at least back in the day, frankly, it helped with women. I mean, if you were like a mediocre looking guy, but you had some money, you could get some pretty hot women if you had coke.
Oh, because they want to do coke.
They wanted the coke.
We love drugs. I think we love drugs more than men.
On Leader Street in the Champions Gate area.
Back door, the sliding glass doors were shot out. There was bullet holes throughout the house, numerous.
Osceola County Sheriff Christopher Blackman says a teenage victim told deputies that a group of men dressed in black and wearing ski masks approached her outside the home.
I bet it was white guys. Sorry.
They come up to her at gunpoint, took her back inside the house, and was trying to do the home invasion. But they didn't know inside there was other guys inside with guns as well.
Deputies searching the neighborhood arrested these two suspects after the victim.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Yeah,
Devontae.
They just do look like you'd think they would look.
Where do they come? Is there like a black book for baby names? Where these come from?
Positively identified them. They were booked into the Osceola County Jail.
They look nice.
And then they're like, oh, why are they rejecting black people's resumes? I'm like, I have no idea with a name like Devontae why you would get rejected.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to get, if you were at the airport and it was busy and, people were sharing cabs, why wouldn't you want to get in a cab with these two guys?
Yeah.
They look so nice.
Aggravated assault, shooting in an occupied dwelling, grand theft, and armed robbery charges. The sheriff says 3 other suspects were located.
Oh, can you remove the text? Can we see the names?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah.
So Devontae and Markel, we already saw Alvan, Jaquan, and Ronald. Are these names you've ever seen before in your life?
No. What is Jaquan's eyes? Like, why are they like that?
They're like too far apart.
Oh my gosh, this guy has crazy eyes. This guy, I think I'd be most likely to get killed by the guy on the right.
So did you hear that Pennsylvania just passed a state law that you can't discriminate in hiring based on people's hairstyle?
Oh my God, why not?
Because this guy was not getting hired, right? Are you hiring that guy?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm like, I did a show the other day where I'm just like, white people, we just walk away when we're exhausted from black people. We're not going to fight. We're just going to leave. And I said, against all odds, I'm still an equal opportunity employer, but you guys are testing me. You're testing my patience.
Arrested this week in Orange County.
No, our criminal investigation division spent a lot of hours with research and search warrants, getting information we needed to lead us to these other 3 people.
Sheriff Blackman tells West his deputies have stepped up patrols in the popular tourist area with a lot of short-term rentals. He says recently they've had multiple calls for home invasions.
So I would say to any tourists that are down in that area, be careful. You're in
They say this was Orange County. Oh, no, Davenport. Okay.
Florida, you're on vacation.
No, it's Florida, Osceola.
Stay alert,
County.
stay vigilant, and to the people
Is that a nice area or is that ghetto?
I mean, counties in Florida are super big, so it's not uncommon for them to have nice areas and ghetto areas.
What do you suggest for places to live? Because it's like if you live in too nice of an area, doesn't that make you a target? Because they'll go rob there. You think?
I mean, if you're in a super high end house, then you can become targeted by super high end thieves. They'll show up with the equipment to block Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe have your own security at that point if you have that kind of money. Mostly, you can avoid crime So there's a company, Lexis, it's a professional legal research database company. It's what I do to research the law. But they provide for free to anybody a crime map. You can get a map of the U.S., just like Google Earth, and zoom in on a particular neighborhood, and it'll show you all the reported crimes. And my wife, Emily, and I are right now looking to move out of Colorado to Tennessee, and we use this map to find communities. So we'll look at a city, and then I'll zoom out from the city, and I'll look for little pockets that don't have any violent crime. And that's where we look for houses.
So the white areas.
Well, it turns out everyone's white.
Who
knew?
Yeah, who knew?
If you see something out of the norm, say something. Let us know.
The sheriff says his detectives are investigating.
Which of these guys are going to see something and say something?
Yeah.
Which of these guys are going to rat somebody out in their neighborhood?
How many baby mamas do you think they have?
Oh my God.
I feel like Devontae over here has he gives me like 3 baby mama energy.
At least.
Not Renell. I don't think Renell.
Like there's half an elementary school right here.
Yeah.
Whether these 5 men could be suspects in the other home invasion.
They're robbing the Walgreens and calling the employees bitch.
Covering Osceola County, Justin Shecker, WESH 2 News.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's all the black fatigue I got today.
You're exhausted.
I'm fatigued. Are you fatigued?
And of course, as you mentioned earlier, there are, of course, productive, intelligent, hardworking, capable, loving black people. And the first thing they do when they have the resources is move out of these communities into white communities.
They're more fatigued than white people.
Yeah.
They are far more. I mean, I have a guy that works for my show. You've probably seen him in the chat, Doug MP.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, listen to him talk about black women once. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Where can the people find you? Where can they get your book?
At The Branca Show is the best place on YouTube and on Twitter. But don't follow me unless you want to hear based opinions. We go to like these Christmas fun holiday parties and stuff, and we meet the new neighbors, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I talk on the internet." And like, "Oh, really? What's your channel?" I'm like, "I don't think I want to tell you."
No, I go through that too.
I don't want to tell you. You don't want to watch my show. Let's just be pleasant
I talk
neighbors.
about economics.
Right.
Okay, well, thanks so much for coming on. Guys, if you could go to theaudacitynetwork.com if you want more awesome interviews like this. Who knows how long I'll be on here? I could be kicked off again any day now. So go there, like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.